You've been in the room when this happens. Someone starts to talk in a board meeting and they begin and they go on and on and on. The board chair says, "Thank you very much, Miss Jones or Mr. Jones," and tries to redirect them. They do for a second and all of a sudden, Miss Jones or Mr. Jones is back, blah, 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 blah. This is not harmless. You run into a conversation hog who's sucking all the oxygen out of the room. Why is this something you want to deal with? For one thing, every board member besides the one speaking wants someone to take some leadership and move the conversation on. Secondly, the person may just be unaware and they may need a little help from you to support them hearing the conversation. The third option is less pleasant. The person may have an agenda and wish not to discuss something on the agenda or want the organization to do a certain thing and will railroad them. In any case, you're not receiving the benefit of the board that you seek. You're not helping your organization to get stronger. You are basically getting caught in a wheel where all you're hearing is this one person. There's a preventive action and a contingent action. The preventive action is establishing standards. At the end of every meeting, you can spend a few minutes to evaluate how the group process worked. What went well today? What should we do differently next time? Ideally, your members who are part of this group will say, "I think everyone didn't have a chance to talk. Next time, let's make sure everyone has a chance to talk." You write down, everyone has a chance to talk. When the meeting begins again, the next time the board gathers, you remind them of the standards they set and say, "Let's see how we do with these today and see if these are the right standards for us or if we have different ones." So you create some expectations about how we will behave together. If the person is in the middle of droning on and on and on and you don't have these standards, you need to do some other things. You need to basically rudely interrupt, whether it's you or the board chair. The best thing to do in this case is to identify the person and say, "Excuse me, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, let me ask you a question. Are you trying to tell us this?" Clarify that what you've heard. Tell the person, "This is what I hear you saying. Is that correct?" They will probably say yes and go on and then say, "Excuse me again. I want to make sure all the board members have heard that too. Is everyone clear about this?" And then you can intervene before they go on because you've asked the board, not Mr. Jones, to speak. You can say, "I want to make sure we have time for the agenda. Is it the board's desire to continue discussing this or do we go on to the agenda?" If the board is functioning, the board will say, "Yes, we've heard you, we've made note of it, great." Afterwards, you can follow up with Mr. Jones and say, "Mr. Jones, I'm so glad you're passionate about this organization. You know how tough it is. Everyone is passionate. So we're really glad that you have this passion. Don't lose that. But help us to remember that everyone wants to share here." Now, there's other actions if there's more challenges, but those will get you started. For more about how to have a great nonprofit and have the resources you need, download my free tips book,